All right. Oh man. I had my fingers crossed there for a second because it was doing that again. It says going live and it's live. So hopefully y'all can hear me. Good morning. Magandang umaga. Mayad nga akahon. 82 degrees Fahrenheit here, and it's already sunny at 7:56 a.m. Gonna be another hot day here for sure. We've been getting like upper 90s. Hasn't quite hit 100 yet, but it's been warm during the day here. I think I finally solved the internet situation with Calibo Cable. It took two trips to Calibo Cable because for the longest time I've been paying for 100 Mbps, and they charged me 1,400 pesos, about $25 for my internet to get 100 Mbps. And then all of a sudden, a few weeks back, it started like not doing the live stream, and I was wondering what it was. So I tested it, and I was only getting 50, 50 Mbps. So I took a couple of trips to our local Calibo Cable. Calibo Cable is our internet provider here. We have fiber optics connected to a line. So usually, it's like I've been here, we've been living here since 2016, and our internet's always been great, so, but I think finally we fixed the situation, crossing my fingers, because I think it was the modem. A subscriber actually mentioned that they probably needed to check my modem, and they did. They replaced the modem. They didn't charge me for the modem, which surprised me because like normally anything that they have to replace here, they would charge you. So uh, I think we finally got the internet situation fixed. And I'm looking at the screen here. It's like nice and bright. I'm using the laptop that my friend Ruben gave us. So a brand new laptop here. So I'm sure many years of use for this laptop for Dazzle and I. Hey, Glenn and Vilma's log cabin build. Good morning. Good morning. Open my list here of people that way. I have a list here. Yeah, Glenn, my friend in Prescott, Arizona. All right, because I can, that's the way I can keep track of people, because sometimes people use their YouTube handle, and it's different from what I know them when I communicate with people and with my WhatsApp and even on my Messenger. So I always like look at the handle, YouTube handle, and make a little note on who I'm talking to. That way I can answer properly. HD. All right, HD, our moderator. Thank you always for being so helpful, HD. Dazzle and I, we always appreciate you, my brother. And I think we fixed the internet situation, HD, because I'm looking at the screen here. It's nice and clear, no lagging. And I did a check on my internet test. It was 102, I think 102 Mbps. So it's a little over 100 even. So you are looking good. All right. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you. Thank you. Alan, El Howdy Genome Family are missing. Oh, I bet, Alan. I know you guys are missing your home in Calibo. Uh, and now it's summertime here. So it's like a beautiful weather almost every day here. I come April, I know it's going to get hotter here, because I can already sense it, because on my morning walks, I notice it's getting a little warmer on my morning walks. I don't feel that cool air anymore in the morning. Like right now, it's already like I checked about 10 minutes ago, it's 82 degrees already and sunny. But I know that the sun will just get more intense here. By I would say by midday we would be in the 90s. But so far we haven't hit a triple digit yet. It's nine. We've been hitting like 92, 94 during the day. So, but I know April is gonna get warmer here for sure. Ivan, all right, Ivan. Hello, Ivan. Glad you made it online, brother. Tell Dazzle, I'm still a pretty good guy. You're still a pretty good guy. All right. Dazzle, of course, is still sleeping. Dazzle's mom, I can actually hear her. She's on the phone with Dazzle's sister. So, but Dazzle, she always stays up late. So, it's like I'm not expecting her till at least 9:30, 9:45 to wake up. AB, all right. Sending warm greetings. All right, Aliyah, all right. Oh, and Olson messaged me too this morning, and he said, "Now I know the handle of Isaiah now, because he gave me Isaiah's handle on YouTube. It says Zay's Place. So if I see that, I know it's Isaiah. Isaiah is the 9-year-old son of my friend from South Carolina, Aliyah and Olsen. And they'll be moving here to the Philippines this year. Looking forward to hopefully meeting them one day here in the Philippines. Great to see you're in the. I know, Olsen. I'm happy, man. I hit that going live this morning, and I was crossing my fingers because it's been a fail several times. So now I think I'm back to where it used to be. So uh, now we got it going. So we'll just stay. I saw that Hosea, and I saw the Hosea, and I knew it was you and Luisa. Hosea and Luisa, they came here to Calibo. They actually had a place here in Numancia, and they took Dazzle, Leanna, and I to the Eight Ball Tavern, where Leanna ate like a big double patty burger. I ate a single patty burger because I can't handle that much food. But Leanna, she killed that burger, and they treated us to the Eight Ball Tavern. Oh, I bet, Jose. I bet you miss the Philippines. And I even remember the last time I saw Hosea and Luisa. They were walking in Calibo. They were walking they just walk. They enjoy walking because it's sunny here. So they were walking, and I was in my car, and I said, "Hey, I think I know that guy." So it's like I pulled down my head and I wave at them, and they're like, and I offered them a ride, but they were saying, "Oh no, we're on our normal walk in Calibo." So. But I'm sure, Jose and Luisa, I'm sure they'll be back here one day again in Calibo, and then we'll get to hang out with them again. We really had a good time with them. Very memorable, our time with them. And they're from New Jersey. Jimbo L. Good morning, brother. Hey, good morning, Jimbo. All right. All right. I did a few topics. I always come up with topics that way. If there's no messages, I have topics. Right now, the dollar exchange rate is holding pretty steady. It's been above 57 pesos here. Today, it was 57.38. And that's really good for us here that are dollar earners here in the Philippines. And even like my neighbors, a lot of my neighbors, their husband or wife work overseas. They work in Dubai, they work in Hong Kong, Singapore, and they send money here. So very important to them. Like we always kind of watch the exchange rate. For me, I told Dazzle a long time ago, anything over 50, it's like for me, it's a blessing. It's like it's an extra money for us because when I moved to the Philippines in 2011, the exchange rate was 39 pesos to a dollar. So it's just grown, and then they're even expecting it to reach somewhere in the 60. We've never hit 60. I've never seen exchange rate here at 60. The highest I've seen was like 59 something, but it never made it to 60. But they're predicting that it will reach 60 this year. All right, Horace and Marie. All right, you guys made it. All right, thank you, Horace and Marie. We are on board. I think, Horace, you can see Toto. She's just relaxing there, sleeping. Chloe, of course, she won't come down until her mama wakes up. She never leaves Dazel's side. If Dazel's sleeping, Chloe's just like sleeping beside her. But Totoy, that's her favorite spot right there on the corner. Totoy we had a bed for Totoy, but we had to clean it up because Chloe peed on Totoy's bed. We might even just get another bed because we've washed it several times, and we can't just get it to smell good again. So we'll probably have to get Totoy another bed. Hey, Keith, all right. I remember visiting in about 1986, and the exchange rate 5 to 1. Wow, 5 to 1. I think I remember when I was younger, I would remember exchange rate. For some reason, it sticks in my head that it was 7 pesos to $1 when I was sometime in the 70s, when I was still a kid here, before I moved to the United States in 1978. I remember 7 pesos to $1 was the number that I always kind of remember. The power outages, it hasn't been bad. It's like, I know we had that power outage when we were in Boracay, but here in our neighborhood, we haven't had an unscheduled power outage yet for March, which is kind of surprising because during a summertime here, we normally get a lot of unscheduled power outage. But so far for the whole month of March, we haven't had one in our community here or Numancia. I think we've had one scheduled ones, that I don't mind because they schedule it, because they have to trim the trees, they have to replace power poles, fix lines. So, and usually that's, it's still a hassle, the scheduled ones are still a hassle because it lasts all day long. We got one a couple of weeks ago and it lasted from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. What we try to do is we just try to do an activity outside of the house, because it gets warm, especially now if we get a power outage and it gets a warm pit. And even now, it's like I'm sweating a little bit. All right, I might have to open the door here. I have a ceiling fan, but it just gets warm quick. It gets warm quick here during the summer months. Leanna, today is the final day of Leanna's examination. She's been studying hard. I've been looking at her stuff. Yesterday was the first day of exam. She did really well. She told me she's confident. All her tests were good. And then today's the last day. So after today, she really has no classes anymore. What's going to happen is she told me they have to come up with a dance. I guess they'll have a program in school where her classroom, the 36 kids, each of the classrooms, they have to perform during I guess a parents' day where we're invited to watch the kids do a performance. And then of course, her graduation from elementary school is April 14th. So they have to have practice. So from starting Monday until April 14th, I'm sure it's just going to be fun for her. No more academic stuff because today is the last day of their finals. Their finals is today. Jumpy. All right, Jumpy. All right. Thank you for coming online, Jumpy. Oh, there's my friend Ruben. Cam, good morning. Yeah, I am certain it was replacing your very old Wi-Fi box. That was the issue. all this time. Good to see the new laptop being used for you. This will be good now. I think so. I think so, Ruben. Uh, and this is new. This is the new laptop that Ruben gave us. So this will last forever. I'm thinking at least for the next 3 years, at least 3 to 5 years. This will be the laptop that we'll use for the live streams. Good, Gavin. Hey, Gavin P, man, you got online early because usually this is Gavin P's lunchtime in Australia. So, and usually he gets in here like in the middle of the live stream. Like, hey, happy to see you, Gavin P. Thank you for coming online. Oh, there's my friend Shane. Shane, all right, 2D Hood Farms. That's my friend Shane. Hey everyone, I'm a bit late. Had to enjoy them commercials. Hit the like. All right, all right, all right, brother. You're not late. I just started. I actually probably started like 5 minutes early, but because you know how in the military, man, when you're 5 minutes early, that means you're 15 minutes late. You know, that's you. I used to hear that from my supervisors and my bosses. You know, it's like we always have to be early for everything, which is like I can't replace that. Even though here in the Philippines, I've been here 14 years. Everything starts late here, and everybody's always late. But it's a habit. My military background. I don't think I'll ever be able to break that habit. I'm always early, like for anything. You know, it's like if somebody tells me be there at 8, you know, like 10 minutes till 8, I'm already like waiting outside. You know. HD, pre-soak that in a solution of baking soda and water. That's what is normally used to get. Oh, okay, all right. Thanks for the tip, HD. I'm gonna try that, the baking soda and water, because man, we washed that thing like a couple of times and we couldn't get that smell from it. So, but Totoy still sleeps. You know, Totoy don't care. You know, she's like, that's her corner right there. Totoy's happy sleeping there. And they got their yearly immunizations the other day. Good thing they didn't really suffer. You know, sometimes they get kind of like the it's kind of like getting a flu shot. You know, that first day usually they're kind of sluggish, but they're fine. They got their rabies shots, and then they got their 8-in-1 shot. Is what they give them, and they were fine because that evening we walked them, and they're like running around like normal. So I'm glad it didn't like affect them. And my friend Glenn, he asked me yesterday what we use. We also for like fleas and ticks. And lately and lately for the fleas and ticks, they haven't had any. But when they do have it, we have these right here. They're called Frontline. And I just ordered this in Lazada. It comes in like this little packets, and then you apply it on the shoulder of the dog where they can't lick it, and it goes on their skin. It works really great. I've been using this for years with our dogs, and really good to get rid of like ticks and fleas. But they don't have any, you know, because we give them a bath every week, and we're always checking. You know, the minute like one of them starts scratching, we're looking, you know, if they have anything, and they're good. I haven't even put one of these on them in a couple of months now. Because sometimes, you know, Totoy, she likes running around in the grass. And, you know, on the grass, you just, you know, she comes home, we have to check because she just never know what she gets there when she's playing in the grass. But I like letting her play in the grass because she has fun doing it. Oh, or heartworm. All right, all right. Let me see. Let me see here. Obi also. Yes, I also give them the heartworm treatment. I don't get it from the vet. I know they have a shot, they said, for the heartworm treatment, the vet. But I just get them the heart guard. I don't have it right now. I just ordered it because I used the last. It's kind of like a chewable, like a tablet chewable, a big piece. And I buy them from Lazada. Totoy is like 1,100 pesos for 6 months, 6 treatments. And then Chloe, I think is cheaper because again, it goes by weight. That's why I have 2 packets here. They go by Like this one's like up to 10 kilos. This one's up to 20 kilos. So same thing with the heart guard. And I've been using that forever too. And they've never had any issues with heartworm. Like Chloe's going to be 11 years old this year, and Toto is going to be 9 years old. So, and they've never had any like maladies or illnesses. And the healthy dogs, you know, we don't feed them a lot of like Filipino food. They strictly eat like dog food, and then we even buy them the canned dog food. Of course, you know, they sometimes like to beg when we're eating. You know, I'll give them like a piece of meat or something, but we try not to like feed them a lot of like Filipino food. And Shane said, "Good luck to Leanna. Hope she gets." She's always getting good scores, Shane. She's always been like in the top of her class, and she's really proud of that. She really works hard every time to be like number one in her class. It's so expensive in the States. There's a mandatory blood work that costs too much here. Here, even the blood work here also doesn't cost a lot of, you know, I would say maybe a couple of thousand, depending on the lab work, depending on what tests that the vet would order. But our dogs have been so healthy, you know, it's like they've never really required any, you know, we also deworm them, you know, that's another thing. I think Dazel bought the dewormer, so she's got to do that. Comes in like this pink tablet. Again, you got to weigh your dog. That's why it's important for us to know. Like Toto is 14 kilos now, and Chloe 6.6 kilos. And again, with the dewormer that we use, it's like pink tablets, and we just like break it down and then mix it in their dog food, like the canned dog food, so they'll eat it. Because Toto, if you give Toto like the tablet, she'll spit it out. She don't like the taste, I guess, you know, she'll spit it out. So but we've learned to like mix it with the canned dog food, and they'll get their dewormer. And we do it, you know. I've just learned like the only thing I really do at the vet is like to get their annual shots in rabies. The rest I do it at home. You know, it's like I figure, you know, all the information's on YouTube, that you can buy the stuff in Lazada here. You don't need like a prescription or anything. So I just order everything in Lazada. And they've been healthy dogs, you know. We walk them during the day. Like after this live stream, I'll walk them. And then at sunset, we walk them. So they get walked twice. And they love that. Walking is like their favorite time of the day. The rest of the day, I think they're just getting older. That's why they sleep a lot. You know, like Toto like sleeps a lot on that corner. But the minute I like pick up my keys on Bumblebee, they're like their ears perk up. They start getting hyper because they know they're gonna get a ride on Bumblebee. That's their favorite. You know, it's like if I tell them let's go, and I pick up my keys to Bumblebee, they're like so excited. Shane says, "You wasn't on PH time." I know that from my past experience with my ex. Hey man, if you had an Asian wife before, Shane, here, especially here in the Philippines, and nothing starts on time here. Even at Leanna's school, any events that we were like PTA meeting, anything, it's at least 15 to 30 minutes late start, you know, for the start time. Never, I haven't been to an event here that started on time. If they say like a concert starts at 7, they're just still setting up at 8. You know, it's like nothing ever starts here on time. I used the topo treatment on Sam for ticks. Ew. I know, but we haven't had a, you know, I know that the main thing that I've realized is like with Toto is the one that brings in the ticks. You know, that's what, you know, like I'm really worried about the ticks is because she likes running in the grass, you know, so that's why every time she does that, you know, I'll like check her before we let her inside the house. And she likes it. She likes it when we're like checking, you know, because like she's getting all the attention. Hi, Gino, watching near Victorville. All right. Victorville. I was just messaging with someone that lives in Silver Lakes. Twin Lakes or something like that, near between Victorville and Barstow. I was just messaging. It might be you. I'm not sure. I'm not sure because it says here Danine Life. It could be you on my messenger. If it is, it's like I'll mark it down so I know it's you. But I was just talking to the person, chatting with the person because I had mentioned that that was my first assignment was Victorville, and she was letting me know that they live between Victorville and Barstow, the high desert in California, and they're also thinking they're just waiting for their son to graduate high school. I think 3 years before graduation high school, and they're thinking of moving here to the Philippines. Hey, my buddy Ron Navy. All right. Good morning, brother. Good morning. I know you've been busy, man. That's why, I try not to like message you too much. I just like keeping track, it's like on my WhatsApp. If I haven't heard from subscriber friends of mine on WhatsApp for a month, I always like check up, it's like, hey, what's up? I haven't heard from you in a while, just checking. Glad you made it, Ron. Glad you made it, brother. I had my pups out a few days ago. Maya got a thick, the gray one that most like. Ooh, man, I know, man. That's why I'm careful. I know that those ticks, man. They're like they get fat. It's like that's why I'm always like watching those. They're scary looking. It's like. I know she said that's scary. Yeah, I know they're scary looking, man. Those ticks, especially when they get they get like a lot of blood. I guess they get fat. The back of them get really fat. Hey Doug Anderson. God bless, brother. God bless. After taking my pets to the groomer, they lost 10 pounds of haircut, but came home with a pup cup or then. All right, yeah. That's why even Chloe, we don't take Chloe to the vet to get groomed. Dazel grooms Chloe because we have electric clippers and Dazel's pretty good at. We just cut all of her hair. It's like we call it a puppy cut. That and we like it when Chloe doesn't have a lot of hair because it gets all over us. Like my shirt on our bed. It's like we get a lot of dog hair, but when it's a puppy cut, we don't get as much. HD. Yeah, I was so worried. I took her to the vet. Another bill racked up, but she came out clear to go. Blood work. Whew, $135 for blood work. Man, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Can cost more than the human treatments. I remember when I was in the US, they started having like pet insurance because like it had gotten so expensive to like take your pets to the vet. All right, Deneen. All right, Deneen. I'll mark that down. I'll mark that down now, Deneen. Like that's us. I figure it was you because you're near Victorville. When you said near Victorville, what I do, Deneen, is I keep track of people's handles. It's like I got a list here, like on my iPad, and it has people's YouTube handle and their real name and who they are and where they're from. That way, I know who I'm talking to. Because before I was like, man, it's like there's a lot of Robert, a lot of John on our channel. So it's like I really can't put who I'm talking to. That's why I try to do the list. Makes it easier on me. HD, tell me, so glad I got insurance. Oh, yeah, okay. All right. So Shane got that insurance. He's got that pet insurance. What's up, Michael C? All right. I see the dogs are going on a visit to the vet. Hope all is well and have a good weekend. The Wigo is going in for 1 month. Oh, 1,000 kilometers already. That's my good friend Michael in Trece Martires. He just bought a new Toyota Wigo, same car as ours, and he's going in for his 1 month, 1,000 kilometer check. I think I have like 35,000 kilometers now, and I've had the Wigo since November 2018, going on 7 years, and I only have 35,000 kilometers because, Panay Island's not that big. It's like the most we really drive here in Panay Island is like from our house to Iloilo City, which is like a 4-hour drive. That's the longest drive I normally take in Panay Island. But I have taken our car. We've gone to Luzon. We've gone to Baguio, Vegan, Pagudpod in Ilocos Norte. We've taken our car to Negros Island, to Dumaguete. We've driven all the way to Dumaguete, Bacolod. But still, I only have like 35,000 kilometers, That's not, I think that's like maybe 20,000 miles for a car that's 7 years old. It's like unheard of in the US. I mean, I could put that on my car in the US in like 1 year, but here there's just not a lot of driving. And even now, in our neighbor, here in Calibo and Numancia, we're always on Bumblebee. We're always taking Bumblebee to Numancia on the short trips because it just makes sense for us because it's cheap on gas. I can fill up Bumblebee for $3.50 or like 200 pesos. It's full tank, and that tank will last over a week. So when I pick up Leanna, when I drop her off school, it's like Bumblebee is our service. That's what they call it here. It's like, when I first heard that, people told me, "Oh, nice service, sir." I said, "Service." Oh, okay. They call that, like, if your car or your tricycle or motorbike, they call it your service or your vehicle. All right. Jennifer Benjamin, hi, watching from Iloilo. All right, Iloilo. Hey, I'll be there in Iloilo this coming week, hopefully. I'm just waiting for my appointment. I have to get my, every 6 months, I have to get an MRI to monitor for cancer. So I'm just waiting for Medical City Iloilo. Mom Marlene, she's supposed to text me my appointment. And then I'll just go there. Dazel might not come this time. I'm not sure yet because I think her mom's got to do something in Caticlan to take care of something in Caticlan. So if that happens, I'll just drive by myself to Iloilo and see my friend Frederick. Frederick's there. Another Filipino couple that we met, Sharon and Manny. So I'll contact them for sure if I make it to Iloilo City. Danil, all right, Danil, like channel. I'll have to check out that channel now. All right, and it's like the province out here. 30 minutes. It's like the province. Yeah. Well, let me see if I remember when I was stationed in Victorville. That was like 1984 to 1987. Man, Victorville was like there was nothing out in Victorville. I came from Long Beach, California. I graduated high school at Long Beach. And then my first assignment was in Victorville, California. I was like, man, I didn't even know this existed in California, because the high desert, I remember there was Victorville, Apple Valley, Hesperia, and Adelanto were there little towns, I'm sure now, I'm sure now it's more developed, but back then when we went for the base, it was at least 10 minutes to get into town. And then when you got into town, the only thing they had there that I remember, they had a movie theater and they had a Del Taco. That was it. It's like, man, I was like, wow, but that's how it is with Air Force bases. Most Air Force bases are remote, away from people because, the jets are so noisy. People complain of like how loud the jets are. Not many back then were complaining about jets, flying in the high desert in Victorville because that was just a vast empty space back in the day. I remember we would have we call it red flag, medical red flag. We would like sleep in the desert in tents. We would set up tents, decontamination units. And we would camp out for like 3-4 days out in the desert. And there was just nothing out there, nothing out there in the Victorville area back then. But I'm sure now it's more developed. John Massey. All right. Let me see. Hi, Gino. It's Ria. Oh, Ria. All right. My friend from Tennessee, right? Tennessee. Let me see. Let me double check. I'm using my husband's device in this chat. Good to be here. It's been a while. I know it's been a while. I haven't heard from you, Ria, in a while. It looks like you have been so busy traveling, hanging out with subscriber. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing now. It's like almost every week people are contacting us. You know, it's like a lot of people when they come to the Philippines go to Boracay. You know, Boracay is like one of the top tourist destinations still. You know, it's like, and a lot of people. What we're finding out is what happens is when they come to the Philippines, their relatives or their family here in the Philippines, they take them to Boracay. And of course, you know, they've been watching us. You know, we've been on YouTube now 3 years, and they say, you know, would it be possible for us to meet you? And then, you know, I always make it happen because, you know, that's important. You know, it's like I know, you know, somebody that's been watching us for that long or a year, 2 years, you know, it's like they want to meet us. They want to like talk to us and hang out. And so if Boracay is only like, it'll take me from our house here, it's about a 1 hour and 15-minute drive to a Katiklan and then the ferry. So I can even go there. I've even done it with when Elmer was here and his wife Jen, when they were here. I even just like I dropped Ruben off. Ruben was flying out to Katiklan, so it was just a day trip. You know, it's like I dropped Ruben off at the airport, went to breakfast with Elmer and his wife, and then the afternoon I was back to pick up Leanna from school at 4. You know, so I can even do that. That's why I don't even have to get a hotel and stay overnight in Boracay to meet people. That's why, you know, I don't mind doing it. It's not a, you know, I like the drive anyway. You know, it's like when you drive from Numancia, where we're from, to Katiklan, I don't hit traffic. It's all like rice fields. I can see the ocean when it goes cold. I see the mountains, and I've filmed many times. I've filmed that drive, and it's just like beautiful drive. You know, I enjoy it. I enjoy it every time. Chloe looks just like my Maya. All right, because you did mention, 2D, that your Maya is like a Shih Tzu Maltese mix, and Chloe's Shih Tzu, just don't know what mix, you know, but she's part Shih Tzu. Mr. Sam, hello from Las Vegas. All right, Las Vegas. I have a cousin there that I'm always chatting with. My Kuya Beng, he lives in Las Vegas, and me and him are always chatting. He always tells me he goes to like the seafood city in Las Vegas. It's kind of like the Filipino food, Filipino grocery. You know, so he always tells me, I'm here at Seafood City. I'm eating chicken adobo. You know, it's like, all right, you know, it's a chance for a guy's night out at Iloilo. Dazel will be jealous. I don't know about a night out, man. HG, I'm in bed by 8 p.m. man. I'm not an evening person anymore because I get up so early. I'm up by 4:30 a.m. So by 8, man, I'm like, you know, I don't, you know, I would need like coffee to stay awake past 8 p.m. Love your Boracay videos. Can't wait to check out Real Coffee. Oh yeah, man. I don't think you know, there's not a trip that I've made to Boracay where I didn't have breakfast or at least coffee at Real Coffee. That's kind of like, you know, it's a must do for me every time I'm in Boracay. Dazzle, her must do always is getting Coco Mama, eating that coconut ice cream with the mango topping. That's her favorite. And now, you know, that I delicious because for me, one of my favorite food that I eaten here in the Philippines is Ida's Chicken and Asal in Bacolod City. Uh, I don't miss that place every time I go to Bacolod City. And now they have a branch. They just have a different name, Idalicious in Boracay. So now, I mean, that's going to be a pit stop for me in Boracay for lunch, maybe even dinner now, because the food's amazing, good price. It's my favorite, you know, now that they opened and they just opened like this past March 8th was the opening for Idalicious in Boracay. So now I have a place. In Boracay that I'm going to be eating at. For most people, Victorville's a pit stop. I know, I know. I remember Victorville. You know, the two pit stops are like Victorville and Barstow, and then Vegas. You know, that's kind of like the when people from LA when they're driving to Vegas. You know, Victorville's a pit stop. I remember there was a. I wonder if it's still there. I remember one of the biggest places in Victorville during my time. There was a Marie Callender's in Victorville. I know, and then the other place was there was two places in Victorville where we always ate Marie Callender's, and then the other place I think was Sizzlers, where the steak and all you can eat shrimp. Those were the only restaurants in Victorville back in '84 to '87. And I remember Marie Callender's even have a little area, like a bar area, where you can hang out and drink. You know, that was the two hangouts in Victorville back in the day, '84 to '87 was Sizzlers and Marie Callender's. They closed your now. It's a Yeah, I've seen videos of George Air Force Base closing. Actually, when they closed George Air Force Base, I worked at the hospital at George when I was stationed there. We just opened like a brand new hospital at George, 87, right? When I left George, opened a brand new hospital and they closed it in 92. So the hospital was only like 5 years old when they closed it. Very nice hospital too, big hospital. And I've seen videos where, you know, the housing area or all the dormitory area is kind of like got in bad shape. But, you know, hopefully now that they opened it as a logistic airport, maybe it's better looking. I have to look it up on YouTube now to see if it's improved. Hey, there's my friend Frederick. Hey, Frederick, I was just mentioning, man, I'm be headed to Iloilo, man. I'm going to have to like text you and then meet you up for a coffee or something, or maybe your favorite breakfast place. Dazelanders. I like that, Frederick. I got that Dazeland from my friend Clyde. He told me a Dazeland. That's why that word Dazeland stuck to my head. My favorite. Oh, thank you, brother. Ray, aim high, my brother. All right. Ray, my brother in Sacramento, California, my fellow Air Force retiree. Ray does a lot of he does a color guard. That's what we call it. Like he'll carry the flag. He still does that. He's retired in his uniform and everything. Always impresses me, brother, that you're doing that. You know, doing that for the community. Hey, Glenn, my neighbor here at Camellia. Good morning, everyone. I need to use this new time. LOL. Hey, I had to change it. Glenn, because you know the time changed in the US. If I start my live stream at 9 a.m., it's 9 p.m. in the East Coast. So it's people were telling me that might be too late. So I had to like at least 8 p.m. That's still, you know, decent time, you know, 8 p.m. And then usually you're 2 hours, so 10, you know, still a decent time to watch the live stream. HD. Victorville is close to the areas with the desert spring blooms. We have some more atmospheric river in California this week. All right. So the big bloom is bound to happen. It's been a while for me, man. Like when I left Victorville, I never came back. So it's been a while. I have few memories now of my time in Victorville. All I remember, man, was like Victorville did not have much, you know, back in the day. You know, it's like it was like a desert. It was like brown, you know, nothing. I do remember. I think they had a golf course, you know, which surprised me because, you know, it's the desert. But that's what I remember mostly of Victorville. But it was just brown, you know, not a lot of greenery. Okay, I know that this is a question, so here goes. I have 3 insurance plans. I have Medicare, Medicaid, and HMO. I pay for when I rack up things here in the state. What should I drop and what should I pick up? All right. I can talk to you offline, Shane, because I really need to understand your situation with your insurance. You got my WhatsApp anyway, because I don't want to give like a general advice. But for one thing, Medicare here, there's no Medicare in the Philippines. If you decide to move to the Philippines, there is no Medicare here. You can't use Medicare here. A lot of retirees that are on Medicare alone, when they come to the Philippines, they just drop Medicare because they don't want to put money into Medicare. They figure this is their logic. And I've talked to people about it because you have to pay into Medicare. People are telling me about $184, $185 a month. Well, if you're not sick, if you can save that money every month for 12 months, that's a lot of money here in the Philippines. And that's like, if you can save all that money for 12, that's like $2,000. That's almost 120,000 pesos. So they chance it to where they just save the, instead of putting money into Medicare, they'll deposit the money, save the money. They just build like a medical account here in case of emergency because it's not expensive, as expensive here for medical care. Of course, you'll get, people will tell you, well, medical, it's better in the US. I'm not going to get into that because me, I'm fine with my medical care here because I'm TRICARE. Military retirees, we have insurance here with TRICARE, where our insurance, we pay 25% of our medical here in the Philippines, including medications, and then TRICARE insurance pay for 75%. So it works for me. I know I have a friend that he keeps his Medicare in the US, and he comes here. He just goes back to the US to make sure his Medicare is still good. He makes sure that he doesn't stay here too long. Like he'll stay here 4 or 5 months, then go to the US, do all the Medicare issues. That way he can get his meds in the US. So he's keeping that because he has a place to stay with his relatives. He doesn't have a house anymore, but he has a place with his relatives in the US. So different ways you could do it. Some people, when they come here, Pacific Cross, very popular here with expats. Seems to be the most popular insurance to get here. But it depends on your age, depends on your pre-existing conditions, on how much you pay your premiums. I know my good friend Robbie, when he came here, Robbie's been here now. The first time he came here was like 3 years ago, and he got Pacific Cross, and he still has that. I know Robbie has kept his Pacific Cross, but you have different options, and you say you pay HMO depending on your HMO, because I know, like my hospital that I go to in Iloilo City, Medical City, Iloilo, they accept Blue Cross Blue Shield. But so there's different, like I said, it's different situation. That's why I can talk to you offline, and then you can let me know what insurance you have, and then we'll figure out what's the best way for you if you do decide to live here in the Philippines. Are already called rippling muscles, a form MS, and I need pain care as well. Okay, all right. Since you need, and that's the other thing that you got to make sure, man. Like if you got like special medication, we want to make sure that exists here in the Philippines. We want to make sure that there's an equivalent to your medication in the U.S. It's not an easy thing. It's like medical. That's one of the things here in the Philippines that many people struggle. Many people don't end up coming here, because I know I have a friend, Robert. That's his biggest thing. He's healthy now, but he's concerned about medical care here in the Philippines. That's why he's staying in the United States. Me too. I got extra today. Yeah, I did. I had to message Shane because I was doing it an hour early. Edgar. Oh, Edgar. All right. I saw a news report about dengue fever around Iloilo saying cases on uprise. I see that once in a while too. We have screens on all our windows. That was the first thing I did. It was like put screens, like slidable screens. Rarely do I see a mosquito inside our house. Now, if I'm outside, I have to watch it. I have to like make sure we don't have like a lot of mosquitoes, but it's almost impossible here in the Philippines to go anywhere without any mosquito. You know, it's just like mosquitoes, just like part of living here in the Philippines. That's why I have that citronella lotion that works. I find, you know, that works protection from mosquito. But dengue is just like one of those things that I don't think they'll ever eradicate here in the Philippines. It's always going to be around, and it's dengue is serious. You know, dengue is serious. You don't want to get dengue. So I heard it's very painful. The fever. I mean, it's like protect yourself. If you come here to the Philippines, you know, if you're worried about dengue, make sure you bring like the mosquito repellent. Yeah, even when I'm in Boracay, at nighttime in Boracay, even on the beach, if you're walking around, even in the restaurants, you'll see mosquitoes. So I always carry my citronella when I go to Boracay. Darren, hey, the other moderator, the second moderator to our channel. We got two moderators, HD and Darren, my friend Darren. Hey, man, Darren, send me a picture. Darren sent me a picture. He smoked this beef. I mean, it's like amazing. You know, it's exactly like the brisket that I remember in the U.S. where you got that burnt outside. Oh man, I just can imagine how delicious that thing is. Darren is always cooking stuff here in the Philippines. Traditional American food. He's got like a big smoker. He does all that, like the different American food, and he introduces Filipinos to it, his friends. At Costco, wow, that's unreal. That's unreal, my friend. At Costco now in Victorville, I can just imagine. I'm sure Victorville is like a legit city now. The size of it, because everything just grows. You know, everything. I could imagine how. All right, Darren, hit the like button. That's what Darren said. Doug Henderson. All right, an update. Okay, I did put that on my notes. Uh, so far, they haven't released any press release, official word. The last official word, they said the case is like 99.9%. That's what the police was saying. Basically, they have caught the perpetrators. So far, there's three of them, and one of them confessed to like what the other two did. So they caught the perpetrators, but I just didn't want to like publish anything on. I was gonna post it, and you know, the final report on it on the community Dazel community page. But none of the news media here has come out with like the official official word. A lot of the things, the information I get is like there's Boracay news that I read. Then people like posting, and even some people have even gotten in trouble for that because they're posting on their Facebook about the case, and the Malay police department said everybody take down all the stuff, and it's not helping the investigation. So you know, but as soon as there's official word, I will post on the Dazzle community regarding the Slovakian lady, the 23-year-old that got murdered in Boracay. But looks like they caught all the perpetrators. So just waiting on the official release report. Just briefly, I keep my Medicare in a Medicare Advantage plan that pays me $174 a month. So my Medicare Part B costs me $10. As Gino said, it is not good here. So I fly back if I need something. All right, thank you, Glenn. I'm glad you said that. I don't know much about that Medicare Advantage plan, so thank you very much, Glenn, for that information. I've heard about it. I've heard about how it's. I guess it works different from state to state, you know. So, but I mean, that's awesome that you only pay $10. You know, that's nothing. You know, paying $10 a month. Are you enrolled in PhilHealth? Yes, I've always been enrolled in PhilHealth, Ray. I started my PhilHealth, when I first got here, 2011, I wasn't a dual citizen yet. So I had to pay the higher fee. But once I got my dual citizenship, 2012, I only pay 400 pesos a month, or about 4,800 a year. And now that I'm PWD, I don't even have to pay anymore. When you're PWD or you're a senior, once you get your senior card at 60, you no longer have to pay into PhilHealth in the Philippines. And PhilHealth, many people, to me, it's really not, it's not full coverage insurance. All PhilHealth is a discount card. It's like, and it's a discount for different types of treatments here in the Philippines. Like for me, when I had radiation treatment, I got 50% off from my radiation because PhilHealth pays for 50%. So that's a big chunk already before my TRICARE even kicks in. So that was nice because radiation treatment is expensive here. It would have cost me about 400,000 pesos. So man, that's I'm trying to figure in my head real quick how much that is. Over $6,000 for 33 radiation treatments here in the Philippines at Medical Cancer Institute without PhilHealth. But PhilHealth automatically chops it. So I only had to pay 200,000. And out of that 200,000, my TRICARE insurance was 75%. So it brought it all down for me. My radiation treatments cost me about 50,000, I think. And it was like less than $1,000. So without PhilHealth, without my TRICARE, it would have been $400,000. So pesos, 400,000 pesos, or over $6,000. So, that's why I tell people, man, if you can get PhilHealth, it's a discount card. Why not? Because like, what if you're not a Filipino citizen, dual citizen? It's 17,000 pesos a month, or a year. I'm sorry, 17,000 pesos a year. So less than $300 a year. So that's only like what, $25, $26 a month, for PhilHealth to get a discount card. To me, that's not. I mean, we spend that on lunch, in the U.S. $25. My friend Brian, he's from Texas. He retired here. He's got a house in Lezo now, Lezo Aklan. He got PhilHealth, and that's what he pays, 17,000 pesos a year. Less than $300 a year. And his wife is even covered for PhilHealth. Like for me, my PhilHealth also covers Dazel. So Dazel also gets the PhilHealth discount. I recommend it to people. To me, it's like one of those things where it's not that expensive. For me, I've always had, I guess because I'm medical, I've always worked in hospitals. I always had the mentality of, you can never have enough insurance, It doesn't hurt to have like the most insurance you have, especially here, because in the Philippines here, everything is cash basis here. There's hospitals here that don't even take a debit card or a credit card. They want cash, so definitely I would recommend enrolling in PhilHealth. Tanya G. All right, Tanya G. Wilkins. Hello, Gino. When you entered the Air Force as a teenager, were you aware or familiar with the retirement benefits Air Force offer? Did you envision your retirement at such a young age? Actually, no. When I joined the military at 17, I was just happy to be on my own at 17 and earning money and, not being a burden to my mom already. I was free. I was on my own. I was even sending her money now. I like that. Even my sister and my brother in the Philippines at the time, it wasn't much that I could send because like anybody knows the military, we never got paid good, and I was at E1, Airman Basic. I didn't make much money, but I was able to send gifts, I was able to send to my family. And I was proud of that I didn't have to, I was on my own. I didn't realize about the retirement until I got stationed at Clark Air Base, because that was an eye opener for me when I got stationed at Clark Air Base here in the Philippines, in Angeles City, Philippines. I was stationed there 88 to 91. I was in the service for 4 years already. I had re-enlisted, and I landed at Clark Air Base. That taught me a lot about retirement, because all of a sudden I'm around people. When I was stationed at Clark at the time, there were so many Air Force retirees in the Angeles City area. I would be invited to parties, and I would go there to their house, and I was like looking at these guys. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm retired here in the Philippines," and I was like, I'm back then my thinking was like retired. I'm thinking somebody in their 60s or 70s, and these guys were in their 40s. I was like, how are you retired? How are you not working anymore? And then that's where I found out that with a military pension, you can retire well here in the Philippines. And I think I'm a living proof of that. I came here when I was 45 years old. I was a master sergeant, retired, E7. My only income is my retirement pay from the military, E7 military retired pay. I don't have any other income except that. Now a little bit on YouTube now, but I've been here now going on 14 years. 14 years now. This month actually is my anniversary. Been here 14 years now, and I've afforded it for 4 years, 14 years. I've been able to save. I paid cash for our car, down payment on the house. We got like 6 years left on this house, a mortgage, and it's only like $200 a month. I was able to buy Dazel land in Katiklan. We got savings every month from my military pension. I'm able to save money every month, so we don't spend all our military retired pay each month here. So that's why when people I talk to, it's like as long as you're not an extravagant person, and I think you can tell I'm not one of those. It's like I don't need a sports car, I don't need a mansion, I don't need a swimming pool. Our house is 430 square feet, and I'm fine. I'm fine living here. I don't own any expensive stuff. It's like I don't own jewelry. My watch is like a plastic Casio watch. I bought this at Lazada, I think, for like $30. I'm just not extravagant. I just don't. I think once I retired, I realized that I can live here and not work anymore, and I treasure that. Because for me, nothing beats not working. I know not everybody's like me. I know there's some people that enjoy working. They got good careers, make good money. But for me, just nothing beats not working. It's like I don't have to answer to nobody. I haven't answered to nobody, like a boss, supervisor, management. I had no deadlines for the last 14 years. For me, it's been a great life. That's why even when I got sick with cancer, I was always thinking, if this was it, if it was my time to go, it's like it's been a great life. It's like no regrets at all. I was blessed to be able to retire here in the Philippines so early and enjoy it. And now, now to me, it's kind of like extra now. Every day I see the sunrise. Every day I get up, it's like I just feel so blessed. It's like I'm just enjoying each day. I try to help people, to move here. I try to be a positive force, a positive YouTube channel, a positive person, because I just want to spread that positivity. Maybe it'll buy me some, when it's my time to go, maybe make sure I can make it to heaven. It's like that's what I do now. It's like I just want to help people and be a good person. Michael Spink. Hey, man, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Michael. Is available? What? SCA. Oh, I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's a typo. SCSPO. Sispo. I'm not sure what that is, Michael. Capo. Chapo. I'll have to research that, Michael. Don't worry. I always, with these messages, I'll always go back. I'll watch the video, and then I'll make note. I'm not familiar with that. Chapo. Hey, yo, John. All right, hey, yo, John. Hey, good morning, brother. Hey, man. You gave me an idea for for a video, man. I actually have notes on the video. I was gonna make it after, after this live stream, or tomorrow I'll make a video. Uh, you gave me an idea because remember when I made a comment on your video saying that you have to adjust here in the Philippines. The Filipinos or the Philippines won't adjust to you. You'll just get aggravated if you're hoping the Filipinos will change or the Philippines will change. And that's going to be the topic. And you gave me that idea, man. Ayo John. All right, there you go. Thanks, HD, for posting Ayo John's channel, man. Shane. All right, HD. Amora haven't hit you. I know, that's the story, HD. That's the video that I know it upset. I know upset John that somebody it would upset me too that somebody almost hit me. But that's why I told him it's best to, like, if you're see here in the province, we don't have sidewalks here in the province. That's the thing. Like, they have these one lane going this way, one lane going this way. There's no sidewalks on a lot of streets in the province here, so you end up walking on the street. And then the people, if you're walking like John was walking with the flow of traffic, the people that are coming that you're not seeing, they're not slowing down, man. They're like booking, So if they even like clip with you with their side mirror, it would be scary if that happened. That's why I told John, always walk against the traffic. So you can at least see them coming at you. You can at least like dive into like the bushes or whatever, because unfortunately they don't build sidewalks, That's why if you see my videos on Boracay, man, I'm so happy in Boracay when they have sidewalks now, big, long sidewalks where you can walk all over Boracay. Because when I lived in Boracay, I lived there 2011 and 2012, we didn't have any sidewalks. I mean, people on motorbikes, if I was like, you're like ducking, because they're not slowing down for you. It's like, that's why I was saying, on my videos, like, I was so happy when they had those sidewalks built in Boracay. But unfortunately, like where John is, like in this province, same thing here in Aklan. They just don't build sidewalks. And then if there is sidewalk, like in Calibo, there's sidewalk, but there's so much stuff on the sidewalk. Vendors are on the sidewalk. They'll put motorbikes, whole tricycles are on the sidewalk. You'll end up walking in the street, because there's so much stuff on the sidewalk. There's no room to walk, But that doesn't happen in Boracay. They're very strict at anybody putting vendors or blocking the sidewalk there. They spend all that money on sidewalk. They'll kick those people out if they try to occupy the sidewalks. I have PhilHealth here, but because I'm foreign, it costs 17,000 a year. So yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said, Glenn, right? 17,000 pesos, that's less than $300 for the whole year. That, to me, that's a bargain. You can't get any insurance now for $25 or a discount card. Hey, yo, Jan. All right. F-Land. No direct knowledge, but have heard that having PhilHealth will pretty much guarantee you at least admitted to the hospital without it. It helps if you have PhilHealth because a lot of the hospitals, if you got the PhilHealth card, they know they can bill PhilHealth. So it helps to getting you, if you have to get admitted to the hospital, they will ask for it. As a matter of fact, if you go being admitted to the hospital, the first thing they'll ask you, do you have a PhilHealth card? Hospitals like people having PhilHealth because they can bill PhilHealth for certain things. The only expensive thing I have here is my jowa. You're gonna get in trouble, Darren. For those of you who don't know what a jowa is, like your partner, your girlfriend, your loved one. That's what jowa means. Jowa is a slang. It's not even really a Tagalog word. It's one of, it's like there's many Filipino slang, like afam. Afam is another slang here. AFAM, afam. That's what they call like foreigners. Foreigners. That's what they like. They always joke around about oh, you're dating an afam. Like a Filipina dating an afam. That's what afam means. It's like dating a foreigner. Hopefully that's not a rental. When we put a price on our time, it's no longer priceless. Oh, that's for me, that's the thing. When I retired early, it's like I just, for me, it was freedom. It was freedom. It was really the start of my life. It was when I was 45 and I moved to the Philippines. Because before that, it's like in the US, life in the US, life in the military, when I was in the military. And then when I went in Tucson, Arizona, 7 years at St. Mary's Hospital, life in the US, it's a grind, because you're always like, you have deadlines, you have meetings. I used to hate those meetings, where you have to sit and listen, take notes, and, you get tasked during those meetings. It's like they add stuff. You already have work, and then you attend a meeting. You leave the meeting, you got more work to do. It's like, but that's the grind. That's the grind of when you're working and trying to earn. And from hearing from people now, it's even getting harder because the cost of living in the U.S. is so high. It's becoming harder to on that grind. Tanya, I agree. For me, that's always been my, it's like nothing beats not working. It's like I can wake up every day. My time is free. Like tomorrow, since it's Leanna's last day of examinations today, and the weather's been so nice, we'll probably take her swimming. There's a pool, Axam Resort nearby here in Calibo, not even 20 minutes away. They serve good food, pancit, fried chicken, and they have this pool, almost a good sized pool. Like you could do laps, and hardly anybody goes there. And it's the cleanest pool that I've seen in Calibo. So probably take Leanna there tomorrow as her like present for studying so hard this week and getting through her finals. If it is someone is not paying their share, Darren, you're really gonna get in trouble, Darren. You might get a slap on the back of your head, man. Hopefully your Jowa is not reading this, man. One, all right, you appreciate the little things in life when you don't have to be somewhere. So true, my brother. So true. Sounds good, Jinu. I'm looking forward to seeing the video. All right, man. When I make the video, I always like make little notes. I put it on my phone, and then once kind of get it in my head, and then I'll film it. I'll film it right here. I'll just shoot it. Sometimes when I'm walking, I get distracted. When I'm trying to discuss a topic, it's easy for me to do a walk and just talk and what I see and talk about the day. But when I have a certain topic, because you get interrupted, sometimes people wave at you, sometimes a tricycle will honk at you, it's like, so I'm out, the ones that there's information that I really want to pass, I usually try to do it right here, like a set up filming right where I'm sitting. Frederick, all right, Frederick. Deneen, that's a great quote. Stealing it, all right. I like that quote too. When we put a price on our time, it's no longer priceless. So true, so true. And my friend Frederick, he's been in Iloilo City now over a year. Frederick never he amazes me. I mean, Frederick, I'm a fan of Frederick because Frederick came from Miami. He owned a business in Miami, and then he came here to the Philippines without ever being here, without ever coming here before, not ever being in Southeast Asia. He says, I'm going to the Philippines. And he's been in Iloilo City, and now he's got a life in Iloilo City. He's got friends. He's he shoots pool with a bunch of expats. He's got Filipino friends. It's just like a whole new life for Frederick. I'm a big fan of Frederick. All right, Robbie, my good friend from Moal, Boal. Robbie just bought a new motorbike, man. Cool looking motorbike, Robbie. I'm sure it's getting a lot of use there in Cebu City. I wonder, do you drive, Robbie, at Cebu City? That'd be kind of treacherous to drive your motorbike in Cebu City. You'll have to let me know, Robbie, if you are. But I know you're like, Robbie's like ex-military to Army, so he can probably handle riding a motorbike in Cebu City. Good morning, my brother. You'll have to head to a Boracay, brother, so we can hang out. I miss you, man. Dazel doesn't want to fly this year, man, because all the accidents going on, the airline accidents. So she doesn't want to fly. So if we might have to wait to visit you in Wall. So if you can make it to Boracay, man, we'll hang out in Boracay instead. Monoclonal anti. Oh, okay. Thank you, HD. I've never heard of that. And I'm medical, man. I've never heard of Chapo. Some people use this injection to treat arthritis. All right, good. I'll make a note of that. I'll research that. Because like I said, with the other comments saying about Shane about his medication, even before you come here to the Philippines, you got to make sure that medication's here, because that's not a guarantee. It's that, it's like, or it might be more expensive here in the Philippines. A lot of sidewalks here. All right. Oh, I went too far. A lot of sidewalks here from there, but so many vendors set up there. You end up. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying same thing here in Calibo, man. Especially by like the market area, and even in Pastrana now, I've noticed it's like the fruit vendors, the like cell phone cases, all kinds of sunglasses vendor. They're all set up like on the sidewalk, and they block the sidewalk. And of course, people are buying, so you gotta like end up walking on the street anyway. And then when you're walking on the street, you better like look both ways. You gotta have eyes in the back of your head, because the tricycles will come at you from everywhere, and they'll honk at you. They're like they'll beep at you. That's why I said, I love that they have sidewalks in Boracay when I go there, because you can walk everywhere in Boracay. I haven't been able to work from the age of 39. I do miss going out every day, but the choice wasn't mine. I'd love to get my checkup and running, just don't know what approach to take. All right. Well, we'll talk about it, Shane. You and me chat all the time anyway, man. I will help you as best I can. It's like we'll try to make it work for you, brother. Sincere positivity has become hard to find in the social media. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Thank you for the kind words. Benin. All right, Frederick. Top of the seventh, Wow, top of the seventh already. All right, no worries, man. That's my buddy Brian from Texpat from Galveston County. We're both a big baseball fan. I'm a Dodger fan. He's a Houston Astros fan. And today is opening day the Dodgers have played 2 games in Japan, and they count, but it's opening day, I guess, for Major League Baseball. It'll change, LOL. All right, Brian. I'll watch it anyway. Like I said to Brian, it doesn't matter if I know the results of the game already. It doesn't matter. I'll still watch the game on replay, because I like looking at our players, see how they're, because our different players, different position. Like Mookie Betts is supposed to play shortstop this year, so kind of want to see how that works out for us. Don't let Dazzle hear you saying you don't. I don't don't answer to anyone. Oh yeah, she's the boss. She's the boss, Kip. I know that. I don't answer to anyone except Dazzle. She's the boss. Happy wife, happy life, Kip. All right, Kip made it home. Kip, usually when I start the live stream, since I've been starting at 8 a.m. here, he's on his drive home from work. So he says he listens to the live stream, and then when he gets home, he's in Tucson, Arizona, my old stomping grounds, Tucson, Arizona. There's a lot of things I miss about Tucson because when I was there, I was big into cycling. It's like I had my road bike. I would ride my road bike all over Tucson, all over Arizona. It's like I did a lot of long bike rides in Arizona with a bunch of people. It's like random people. You just meet up and then you just ride. It's like saw different areas of Arizona because of my cycling. I used to put my road bike. I had a Mustang. I had a yellow Mustang. My bike is yellow. Yellow's my favorite color. That's why Bumblebee too. And I used to put my road bike on a rack behind my Mustang, and I would take that, go to Casa Grande, go to Tombstone, go to all the Bisbee, all these different rides. You go to the place, you get your bike, meet up with like 100 people, 150 people, and then you just ride. That was that was my life when I was Arizona, and I loved it. That's why I cherish my time in Arizona. And even my friend, my other friend, Kevin, it's like we've been texting because the U of A, the Wildcats, they're in the Sweet 16. I think they're playing the game right now against Duke. Probably not looking good for us because Duke is heavily favored. But you never know, the March Madness. Hopefully the Wildcats can pull it off. And I'll watch that replay of that too because I think everything's happening right now during my live stream. And then I know Dazzle wanted to watch the Filipina tennis player, 19-year-old Alexandra Ayala. She's at the Miami tournament right now, and she made the semifinals. And no Filipinas ever done that. So I'm think it's playing right now too. So there's a lot going on in sports for me. So after this live stream, I'm gonna have to check up on all the sports that I watch. One, the new American dream is to make money in the U.S. and live. Yeah, I'm seeing that one. I think it's not just the Philippines. Like Southeast Asia is really big. Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. There's a lot of migration, and not just Americans. I see like Canadians, New Zealanders, Australians. Everybody's like seems like they're flocking to Southeast Asia because cost of living, and the people. I think it's the people. It's like Southeast Asian people. To me, it's just it's like a more respectful culture. It's like not so angry. Not so angry. People are kinder. People are kinder. Glenn, what is the name of the resort you said close to here with pool? Agzam. Agzam. Glenn, it's Agzam. It's by Tigayon and Calibo near the LTO. Not very 5 minutes from the LTO. It's nice because the Agzam, and I've done videos on Agzam before. You pay like 1,000 pesos to get in. You get a cottage with your 1,000 pesos, and it includes your food. The 1,000 goes to, it's called consumables. So they have a menu of like pancit, fried chicken, and drinks like mango shakes. And that 1,000 goes toward the food. And then I think they charge you like 75 pesos per person if you swim. Dazzle, she never really swims because she don't like the heat, like she don't like to get dark. So it's just me and Leanna always swimming. So if we do swim, it's just another extra 150 pesos. So for the three of us, we never spend more than $20, and we can hang out all day there in the swimming pool, the cleanest pool you'll ever see. It's like they do a great. It's a resort. It's a hotel kind of resort. So, and really nice, but close to us, Glenn. Not even 20 minutes from our house here at Camellia. Hey, yo, John. Hey, Gino. Do you know about the yellow card in Makati? I know someone who had it resident. They got free medicine and vitamins as well as free up to 5,000. Ooh, I've never heard of that, man. I'll have to do some research on that yellow card, John. I've never heard of that. I never heard of that before in Makati. Doesn't surprise me, Makati. That's like a rich people area here in the Philippines, man. That Makati, they got mayor. I'm sure they have a high budget. They can afford a lot of stuff that other communities in the Philippines can't. Very expensive homes there, and rent is higher in that area. Sergeant, hey Daniel, my friend from Jacksonville, Florida. All right, now that you said don't have work, Dazel will have a big honeydew list. Honeydew list. Well, actually, she never really hits me. I guess because once I got sick, Dazel knows I'm limited now of what I can do. It's like I have to pace myself. It's like I don't have the same endurance like before. I get tired easy. Part of the side effect of chemotherapy. So she's easy on me now. Dazzle don't even want me to carry anything. Grocery bag. She don't want me to carry grocery bag. The big container there, that water jug, that green thing right there. She don't even want me to lift that up. It's like she don't want me lifting anything, because I think she heard she heard my oncologist says, don't exert myself. That's what my oncologist told. But I do yoga. It's like really relaxed yoga. I do it here. I put my yoga mat. I follow it on TV. I do my yoga. I do my morning walk. I don't think I'll ever get back to running again. I think for now it's just going to be walking. I just have to walk more, because I just noticed I just don't have I get tired. If I start jogging or running, I get tired, and then next thing I know, I'm like zapped of all my energy. I get home and I'm like, man, I don't have any energy. So I'm fine with just walking, doing my morning walks at sunset when we walk our dogs, and then doing my yoga. I do want to start lifting a little bit more weights, but not heavy weights. I'm thinking of doing like the rubber band, the band things. Maybe I'll start doing that. See, Horace, Toto hasn't moved the whole time I've been here. Toto has just been sleeping over there, Horace. If you are not retired in the Philippines, but use it as a base of operation for travel throughout, a good idea to have medical insurance there just in case. Oh yeah, I think so, Horace. It's like I know many people, like I said, they either get that Pacific Cross, and then there's travel insurance too. I know I've heard people get that, but I think for the money, I think the Pacific Cross seems to be a reasonable amount. It's not so outrageous. It's not outrageously expensive. Again, depending on your age and depending on pre-existing conditions. And they'll be happy. Like I know Pacific Cross, like with my friend Robbie, he did like a live chat with them, and they explained it to him. They explained the different plans or programs that they have, and the cost before my friend Robbie decided to pick one. Shane, yeah, you mentioned that, man, that you used to be a live streamer with over 100K. It's something I've come to follow. Yeah. I know that must have been tough, man. Because like with 100,000 viewers, man, Use it as immunosuppressant for her. Okay, all right, Michael. I'll have to do research. I have to do research and see if that is available here. Daniel, Sergeant, I must be kind of Frederick because moving there on my first trip, one shot, one kill. Hey, man, it's like that's the thing, that's why, for me, Frederick's like I'm just like impressed, it's like because when you make that leap to the Philippines, it doesn't matter if you've been here several times or it's your first time. It's still a leap of faith, it's like that's why not all become happy and successful. It's like not all that land here in the Philippines find a happy life here. you know um, a lot of it, what I've seen, the choice of your Filipina, if you're coming here to the Philippines and you're single, that will make or break you here in the Philippines if you decide to retire here. Your choice of your partner, I don't think I can stress that enough. Make sure I hear this word a lot. Make sure you vet the Filipina. Make sure you really get to know the Filipina before you make huge commitments to the Filipina, because I've just seen some horror stories here. I've seen in people that the dreams of retiring here, enjoying life here, get crushed because they picked the wrong partner. And I think that can happen anywhere. I mean, that can happen in the U.S. If you're in the U.S. and you meet a not so nice person, that can just put a hurt in your happiness. Same thing here. That's why I always tell people, take your time, uh, lay off the online dating. I know I've heard people have had success with online dating, but I would lay off that. It's like I don't recommend that to people. Come here to the Philippines, and if you want to date somebody, meet the person in person. Meet, uh, again, horror stories on dating sites, because more likely the Filipina that you're communicating with, that on those websites, they're communicating with others. So uh, to me, come here to the Philippines, get settled first. Make sure you get your stuff organized and your life settled first before even looking for a partner. Because I think people make a mistake. They get into that LDR, the long distance relationship, and then first time to meet the Filipina here, when they come and they're already building a house for the Filipina, just spending a lot of money here. To me, it's best to just come here, meet your Filipina here, and then I just think you have a higher rate of success when you do it that way. Bon. My wife's cousin lives in Galveston. All right, all right. My sister lives in Houston, not far from Galveston. Go Twins! All right, go Twins, Minnesota Twins. I live on the Bolivar Peninsula. We have not visited them at their new house yet. All right. Those that SNR have a pharmacy there? No, SNR doesn't have a pharmacy. The only stuff at SNR would be like vitamins and supplements, but they don't have a pharmacy. No pharmacy at SNR here. Yeah, but like the multivitamins, different type of supplements, protein, insure, those kind of things you can get at SNR, but no like prescription, no prescription medicine. You might be able to get like I'll have to look the next time I go. You might be able to get like Advil, Tylenol, but I'll have to look. I have to look. I don't take any of that stuff. I don't take Advil. I don't take Tylenol. It's like I'm medical. So it's like I guess I always watch what I put in my body. I prefer putting natural stuff. I don't like taking medication. Let's go Yankees! Ah! You can be back into the share again to share. Ha ha! All right, John. All right. I'll ask them. All right, all right. They have a pharmacy, but it's a chain pharmacy, Mercury Drug and Walters Pharmacy, not an independent pharmacy. Yeah, yeah. They Mercury Drug for here in Calibo. We have Mercury Drug and Watson's is kind of like a CBS or a Walgreen in the U.S. That's what we have. We don't have that Walter here. That Walter Pharmacy. One of these days, I won't have an 83-mile drive one way to go to work. I'll be home or maybe just a few minutes away. Man, that's a long trip. 83 miles. That's a long trip, man, for one way. It's a good thing they have good freeways in the US, at least. At least. That's one thing. I remember when I lived in Los Angeles, at least when I was stationed in Victorville, I used to visit. My mom used to still live in Long Beach. And that's one thing, at least the highways are good. Here in the Philippines, if you have to travel, like here in our province, if you have to travel 83 miles here, Kip, it's going to take you 5-6 hours here to traverse 83 miles here in the province, and because you have to go through towns here. The highways here in Aklan goes through different towns. There is no like expressway. There is no super highway or anything. Everything is like when I go to Iloilo, I have to come from our town. I have to go to Calibo. I have to go to Banga. I have to go to Balete. I have to go to Altabas, Batan, and then to Rojas. I mean, town after town. And each town, you have to go through their market area, public market, like town plaza. So like 83 miles, that will take me like I said, 5-6 hours to drive that here in Panay Island. And Marie said, you got to be kidding her because yellow is her thing. Wow. Well, all right, Marie. Yeah. I'm everything. Like, that's why our Toyota, if they had yellow, I would have gotten yellow. But now they do. Now, after I bought our Wigo, now they have a yellow. But when we bought our Wigo, the 2019 version, they didn't have yellow available. They had yellow after that. Yeah. And now, our next car, Dazzle's looking at that Jimny. They don't come in yellow. And Dazzle's already sold on her color. So we already know what color we're getting because, that's going to be Dazzle's car. Are you in Texas? Oh, Bond. All right. No, I don't think Bond's in Texas. Just his relatives, Brian. Darren. So basically, no discount really using the pharmacy there. Oh yeah. I don't see any discount. Not like Costco in the U.S. Georgia. There we go, Georgia. Oh, it's going. I gotta move quicker on the comments. I didn't realize we're getting like a lot of comments here. Hold on. All right. I dropped it down too fast. Like the video. All right, Daniel. Thank you. The Miss be a Filipina trait. My kasintahan, that's the same because I had show and my show gives me problems at times. She doesn't. Yeah. It is, man. It's like because my friend Ray, he's married to a Filipina to Kat. They live here in our community, and Catherine, she doesn't like, she doesn't want him doing, always like blocking him from doing stuff. I guess it's a trait. It's a Filipino trait. They always like to watch out over us. When someone loves you as much as Dazzle helps you and is concerned, and make sure. What caused my cancer? All right. They really don't know what caused my cancer. They really don't then even find out what the origin, because basically my cancer was my lymph node here on the left, and it had like I had a tumor, but that's why it was considered stage 3, because it came from somewhere in my head. But even the PET scan couldn't find anything. All they had to do, and they couldn't do surgery to remove it all, so they decided on chemo and radiation. That's why I got all these burn marks on my neck because of the radiation. But nobody can tell me. My oncologist, my ENT doc, they can't definitely tell me what caused my cancer. So she always tries to carry heavy bags, but etc. That makes me look like a lazy foreigner. I feel you, Darren, because like when we walk out the grocery sometimes, and we have to, sometimes we use the cart, but sometimes we don't have enough bags, grocery bags, so it's like 2 bags. And here I am walking at the mall, and Dazzle's carrying 2 bags of groceries. So I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Darren. Oh, they look, people like that's the one thing, here. Dazzle and I, everywhere we go, I get that almost kind of like the same treatment as a foreigner, because for one, our age difference. I'm 29 years older than Dazzle, and Dazzle likes to dress. She looks really young. No matter what she dresses, she'll look young. And then I'm a foot taller than Dazzle. I'm 5'10", and Dazzle's, I don't want to like get in trouble. She's below 5 feet. So I mean, like, I tower over Dazzle, and we're always holding hands when we're at the mall, we're at the grocery. So we're always noticed. People always stare at us. We get a lot of stares, but never bothered me, never bothered Dazzle. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine about that, because he said, "Yeah, man, I get stared at all the time too." And I told him, it's like, well, I think it's because if you're a foreigner here, a lot of times you're taller for one, and then you're more likely with a shorter Filipina, and if you're walking holding hands, people just notice and they'll stare. But to me, I don't see anything harmful, of people staring. But I do know, people sometimes they get tired of, when foreigners get tired when Filipinos stare at them. And here in Calibo, there's not many foreigners, more and more now, but still, you'll still get noticed. Like if you go to the mall, if you go Pastrana Park, if you're walking there, they'll still look at a foreigner, because it's like they're probably wondering, like, hey, what's that guy doing here? But it is what it is. It's like one of those things that you really have to adjust. One of the things that you have to adjust here, if you're coming here and you're a foreigner, that's one of the things. People are going to look at you. If you have to give a price in the Philippines, crazy, I know. What would be your go-to substitute? Rice. If you have to give up rice, for me, I eat a lot of bread. I like eating bread, tortilla, pita. So it would not be a big deal for me to not eat rice, because I eat rice maybe once a day, if that. I eat a lot of pasta. So not a big deal for me if I don't eat rice. I guess because I lived in the US for so long, I'm used to eating salads. I'm used to eating pasta, sandwiches. I'm not like the typical Filipino that has to eat rice 3 times a day. That would get tiring for me to eat rice 3 times a day. Have you ever heard a hospital sell stocks, ownership, and part? Oh yeah, that they do that here, Vaughn. Asia Pacific Medical Center, the hospital I go to in Calibo, the new one, 8 stories high. They have shareholder meetings all the time. Even before the hospital, they were building the hospital. They'll have shareholder meetings, and then part of being a shareholder is you get discount on your if you go to the hospital. So you're basically buying into the hospital. A lot of the doctors that work there, they're invested in the hospital, Asia Pacific Medical Center. Ariel Tumbukan. Hi, Gino. Top of the morning to you, brother. I'm watching your live right here. H-Town. All right. Houston. Houston. All right. My sister lives there, man. My sister, I have relatives that live in, cousins, aunties that live in Houston, Texas. I used to go there. When I was stationed in San Antonio, Texas, I was stationed there 95 to 2000. I would go to Houston all the time. Noodles for me. Yeah, noodles. And that's another thing. Noodles be like great substitute for rice. Oh, Makato. All right, Makato, man. We go there, man. We go to Loola's Fish Farm. Is one of our places we go fishing in Makato. And now there's they built this diversion road. It's Makato Lezo. It's like it cuts the drive from, if you're Makato, it's a diversion road to Lezo and then to Calibo, all the way to Calibo. But they built all these restaurants right there on Makato. Ugsaran restaurant is one place we like, and then Pasabao restaurant along the highway. Very popular, very popular. They even serve goat. They got goat meat if you want to eat goat. Because goat is not a common meat that you see at restaurants. If you go to Calibo, you'll never find goat. Goat is one of those things where you'll eat it at the carinderia. And that's the restaurants in Makato. They're known for the goat meat. Shane said noodles is love. Like, oh, I love noodles too, man. There's a dish here in our province and in most of the Philippines. It's called bachoy. Bachoy is like noodles. It's usually like a beef stock. They put an egg on there. Here they start putting shomai on it, and then not lettuce, cabbage. They'll like chop up cabbage, kind of like they'll dice the cabbage like coleslaw, and they put it on the bok choy. Really good for like 50 pesos. Less than $1 for bok choy. That's a go-to for me too. I like when I'm in the mood for noodles, I eat that bok choy. Olsen, I would eat avocado. Oh, avocados. I had avocados the other day. I bought some, so they might be coming in season. When avocados are in season here, Olsen, they are cheap. You can get a kilo of them for like 70 pesos. But they're not around all the time. Not like in the U.S. where there's always avocados. Here it's seasonal, and a lot of fruits are like that here in the Philippines. Unless like for mangoes. Mangoes, you can get mangoes all year. Apples, you get all year because I don't think they plant them here in the Philippines. I think they come from China. Bananas, you'll always have all year. But a lot of certain fruits are seasonal. Delicious fruits, It's like, that's why I love going to the fruit stands. When I go to the fruit stands, it's always a surprise. You get there and go, oh, you got this. It's like, so you grab it because it's in season. Like avocados, I'm an avocado fan. I always like slice it, put it on sandwiches. I make sandwiches and I'll even make my own guacamole. It's like I'll chop up red onions, tomatoes, the avocados. It's like I can eat avocados every day. I love avocados, man. Oh, you can make it taste like a potato. All right, like a mashed potato. Right, all right. Yeah, the avocados here, man, like I said, when they're in season, they are cheap. You can get them like 70, 80 pesos for a kilo. We have a lot in common. I'm retired U.S. Navy chief. All right, Ariel. Hey, man, we do have, it's like we're brothers, man. When you survive cancer, man, it's like it bonds people. Like I know like the people I went through treatments. I have a few of them that I chat all the time with. We check up on each other. I just got a message from my good friend in New Mexico, Travis. Travis and I, we were stationed in Korea together. He went through the exact same cancer as I did, like months after I got diagnosed. Same thing. We had the exact same cancer, head and neck cancer, a tumor on the neck. So he just messaged me. I got a message for him this morning, as a matter of fact, and he said he just got cleared. He just got his latest MRI, 1 year cancer free. So me and him, I mean, we were brothers anyway before even the cancer. So now we're like bonded for life. It's like me, if I clear this, I should be clear on this. Hopefully, cross my fingers. Come June will be my 2 years cancer free in June of this year, June 2025. So just always praying, always keeping my fingers crossed that they don't find anything. I know some of that put condensed milk with it and eat chilled. Oh yeah, that's common here, John. Avocado and condensed milk and chill in the fridge. That's a common. I guess you can call it dessert. That's very common. People do that here. Oh, thank you, Ariel. Thank you. I'm glad you and your wife enjoy our videos. Thank you. Thank you for supporting our channel. Means a lot to us. It's like for me when I get like like on the comments, it touches me every time. That's why when I say thank you so much, I appreciate the kind words. I mean it, man, because I know there's so many other channels people could be watching, and just to get the support that we get, it's like it's a blessing, and I'm always grateful. Always grateful. Darren. SNR here, Clark has a small mercury. Wow. I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that, Darren, that it makes sense for them to open, because the SM grocery, right there, like here, we don't have it here, of course. We're tiny here in Calibo. But I know when we go to the grocery, Save More grocery, the SM grocery at Iloilo City, they got all kinds of like Watson food. They got rest right there on the grocery, right when you're like waiting in line, like to get through the grocery. They got all these food and stores right there by the grocery. Of course, we don't have that because we're tiny. There is no city here in Calibo. We're just little towns here in Calibo. Jonaline was looking forward the three of you coming, but we understand. Maybe we will go to Boracay. All right, Robbie. Yeah, man. It's like I had plans, man, this year. I wanted to go to like Singapore. I wanted to go to Moa. Those are the two places I really wanted to fly this year too. But Dazel don't like flying anyway, and it doesn't help seeing all this. I told her she needs to stop watching YouTube and Facebook stuff. People posting about these plane crashes, but it is what it is. So hopefully next year, she'll change her mind. And if not, I told Dazzle we can start traveling in the Philippines by ferry. I know it's going to take us forever to ride the ferry from here to Cebu. Probably, I think I can catch a ferry from Iloilo to Cebu, and I think it takes like 12 hours. But it is what it is. I do miss traveling. I do miss. That's why I want to get out of Panay Island again and venture out in the Philippines. But hopefully, Robbie, we see you guys in Boracay, man. Mayor Bert, hello, Kuya. Hey, hello, brother. Hello, my friend. Is my go-to best cure hangover? Yeah. A lot of that, it's like that's what people here too. A lot of people here use different Filipino soups here in the Philippines for like a hangover. There's one here in our province. I think it's only here, maybe in Panay Island for sure. Here in Aklan, it's another dish here, a soup dish. It's called the bindongan. it's made of like the insides of the pork or the pig. It's insides, but the parts that are like usually thrown away, but they make a soup out of it. Kind of reminds me of like a menudo, like Mexican menudo, that dish. In when I was in Arizona, but that's a popular hangover, the bindongo. It went up so fast. All right, man. I got to speed up here because I didn't realize I'm getting behind on the comments here. Hold on. Wow, I have a lot of comments to read here. My bad, man. I gotta go fast. I gotta go fast here. All right, let me see here. Biggest issue with the expat and Pina girls is he starts sending her dollars, and it starts the flood of her asking. Yeah, it's like I don't recommend that. Especially it's like I know although foreigners want to help the Filipinas when they meet them online, but I never see that working out when you keep sending money to the Filipina. It's like it goes sideways fast with that. Bon, okay, John. Oh, you guys, that's good. You guys are like talking to each other. That's why there's so many comments. I get it. now. I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, stage 4, with end-stage kidney disease. Underwent 2 days chemo and dialysis 3 times. Ooh, man, you don't have to tell me what you have to go through, brother. I know, it's like it's hard for people to realize when you go through like chemotherapy and radiation. Man, it is no joke. Only us, like the cancer survivors, we're the only ones that can really relate what a challenge, what a difficult thing that is to go through. Po Pansit Sotanghon HD. All right. I like the Sotanghon too. I like the Sotanghon because they're easy to swallow, especially for me now. I have like still swallowing issues. Shane says, shame on me, rice. Hey man, I eat rice now. I eat once a day. That's about my limit for rice. I don't have to have rice at every meal. But that I have 6 months to live, but our good Lord, thankfully, hey man, you're blessed, brother. It's like you're blessed that you can talk about it. It's like you went through remission 2014. I mean, you're like 11 years. Man, I know how you feel. It's like now everything is just extra. Like for me, that's how I feel. When I wake up in the morning, when I go on my morning walk, I just feel grateful. I just feel like I got a second chance in life, and anything else I get now is just a bonus. Yeah, I remember that drive, Houston to San Antonio. All right. Oh man, you're a jet man. I can't wait to meet you, man. Shane, I love Japanese food, man. I spent 4 years in Japan, man. Loved everything about Japan. It's like one of my favorite countries is Japan. Oh yeah, San Antonio, Corpus Christi. I used to go to that Navy base even at Corpus Christi when I was stationed in San Antonio. That was kind of like a weekend getaway for me to go to Corpus Christi, the beach, and then the Navy base. Same here, Ariel. I love long drives. I did that. I mean, I drove through California, through Florida. I mean, like many times. I love long distance driving. My old Filipina got me to eat goat meat. It's not bad. Yeah. I mean, I eat it, man. I eat goat meat. It's like I said, it's not a. That's funny. Bad. It's not bad. Yeah, it is. I mean, if it's done right, it can, goat meat can be gamey when it's not prepared right, but when it's prepared right, it's pretty good. All right, all right. Hey, oh yeah, Ariel, thank you for sharing that, man. It is. It's like it's encouraging for people that have to go through it. Have been if diagnosed. It's like I know, Vaughn, that the person that I was stationed with, he was stationed with me at Suwon. So, he did 4 years in the Air Force, but me and him were in Korea. But exact same cancer, man. But again, they can't pinpoint what causes head and neck cancer. The one we got, it's like that's the problem. It's like I wish they can tell you, because like if they can tell us what caused the cancer, you can avoid whatever caused it. But nobody can tell you what caused the cancer, because I've lived a pretty healthy life, never been in the hospital. I'm not diabetic. I have no high blood pressure. And even now, I don't take a single medication. My only illness in my entire life was the cancer I got. But it is what it is. I've always been healthy. Now, I'm getting back my health. I don't have the endurance, but I still consider myself healthy because I can eat. I can eat what I want. I can yoga. I can walk. I just can't run like I used to, because I've always been a runner. I ran cross country track in high school. I did, I ran 5 kilometers, 3 miles almost every day. Man, during COVID, I remember during COVID in the subdivision, I would run here. I would put in like some serious miles, like, because there was nothing to do. I would run 5 miles a day, 30 straight days. It's like, and Dazzle was like, babe, you're getting too skinny, because I was running so much, but I loved it. I've always enjoyed running, but now, it's like one of those things that, I just don't have the endurance anymore to do it. I shall shun anyone who doesn't support you and the rest of the family. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kip. Too kind. You're too kind, brother. You're too kind. Coconut milk, curry, chicken, bamboo shoot, and mushrooms. Oh, all right. I might have to like steal that recipe there, Shane, because I cook with coconut milk all the time. Bamboo shoots, not so much, but I can get fresh bamboo shoots here. They sell it at the market, the fresh ones that they actually like cut it in front of you. Mushrooms, I do that. I'll have to do that. I'll have to look at that. Kapoon, kapoon. White Sands, New Mexico, Missile Bays, where we slept over at San Diego. Looking forward to seeing you guys soon. All right, Ariel. If you make it to the Philippines and if you make it in our area, be happy to meet you, brother. Trying to cut weight again. They're trying to cut weight, and it's hard to cut weight here. I know, John. It's like they got so much good food here, and then if you're eating rice, I'm sure that doesn't help with cutting weight. Alejandro, U.S. Navy veteran. Enjoy watching you and your family. Hope to meet you when I visit. All right. Look me up, brother. Look me up for sure. If you're in our area, be happy to meet you. Oh, by the way, all right, Rojas City. All right. So if you guys go, Ariel, if you and your wife go to Rojas City, we go there all the time. It's like it's only 2 hour drive from here in our house to get to Rojas City. Marites. All right, Marites. I'll remember that. I'll list that down. I'll list down. I'll add you to the list. Ariel and Marites Tombokon. I have families. 58. All right. Oh, all right. All right. There you go. OB Olsen. Wishing everyone a good weekend and great health. All right. Go to bed, Olsen. Thank you for staying online with us. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. I'm gonna end the live stream here in a minute anyway. We're getting to like 10 a.m. here now too. Night, OB. All right. The top it. Oh man. You are blessed, brother. If you had to like serve, for 8 minutes, and you're really blessed. I mean, come on, it's like you've been through some serious stuff, man. 1 2 on the API. All right, I survived and was on. Wow, 2 months. I can't imagine. I can't even imagine that being in the hospital for 2 months. Jumpy, all right, Jumpy. Glad you went online, Jumpy. Thank you for coming online. I'm getting ready to just finish all these too, and then I'm gonna close the live stream too. Thank you everyone for joining the live stream. Really appreciate everyone. I'm still gonna go finish the comments here. Oh, Yokota. All right, Ariel. I was at Misawa, man. I retired out of Misawa. I was 4 years in Misawa. That was my last base in the military. But I've been to Yokota. I went TDY there a few times. So I know that area well. I know that area well. Yeah. I'm sure. I've been to Kadena too. It's like, man, we do have a lot in common, man. We do have a lot in common. All right. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to look up your uncle, former Congressman Jose Tombocon. I have to look him up now. All right. God bless, my brother. Stay healthy. Stay healthy, my brother. God bless. Have a good day. Have a good day, Tanya. Oh, all right. Get some rest, Horace. Get some rest. I know, it's like I know you're still doing a lot of work there in Los Angeles County from the fires. Yeah, we might have seen each other. We might have run through each other, Ariel. You never know, man. You never know. All right, HD. Thank you very much, HD. All right. Thank you, Danny Live. Thank you. Have a good day. All right, Kim. Have a good day. Have a good weekend, everyone. Have a good weekend. I was in Korea, John. I was in Korea for 1 year. I was stationed at Suwon Air Base. It was a Korean base. We were like maybe an hour away from Osan, but I've made many trips to Osan, so I'm familiar with Osan and the Ville, right? The Ville coming out of Osan, they call it the Ville. I went to Itaewon. We were closer to Itaewon in Seoul than we were closer to Osan. I did a lot of support work with in Itaewon. My job there, I used to work. It's like the supplies, like medical supplies, just in case we go to war. I did inventory of medical supplies in Korea. All right. Take care, everyone. Ivan, all right. Have a good weekend. Take care, everyone. I'm going to end the live stream here. Everyone, have a good weekend.